Hello and welcome to another episode of Alan Writes. We're working on the Hotel Paradise. It's been a while since I've dived into this, and well, I'm starting to lose the thread of it. So that's why I'm doing the revelations now. I'm skipping ahead to the interesting part rather than trying to write it all from the beginning organically, because I realized that I'm kind of marking paces and otherwise adding filler material that, while funny in its own way, doesn't really move the story along. And that's a problem, obviously. Now we're going to take a look at, I believe it's Winston's um, hotel deck. Day. The sun is setting. And the horizon is ablaze. In the distance looms the peak of the mountain. Winston, glass of soda in hand, in the dying sun. And then we're gonna have, what was his name? Let's see, each of them was going to basically get a Franklin Harrison. Thank you very much. Winston knows that voice. He barely turns. It is better than sunrise, because you just woke up. Some days. Winston chuckles and turns to Franklin, who is laying out a book beside a chair. Do you know how long it's been since You know how long it's been I pulled an all-nighter? Not recently. Not recently. That's implied. Alright. So let's move on to parenthetical. Franklin is interested. Years. Yes. But you're Darcy. I went to bed. Slept soundly. It was... I didn't... You can tell me. You can tell me. Our book. Exchanges are entirely private. You can't tell her. Why? There we go. We'll turn the question around. Because Winston doesn't have a lot of ambition now. doesn't have fortitude, but he does have prudence, and that's going to get him at odds with Franklin here, who has fortitude but doesn't have prudence, but does have temperance. So among the four cardinal virtues we're working on. I'd lose my job. Aren't you losing it? Aren't you losing it anyway? Maybe. And then what? You'll move on? Another protege? I have a few. Good for you, but bad for Darcy. Bad for the causes she champions. I know. But that's the way it is. It doesn't have to be. Is amused, but darkly. I used to believe that. I used to march, but it was one beating too many to take. I found other ways to be involved. And now others take your beatings? Shocked, angry, and saddened. No, I don't. Damn. I've never understood prudence. I've never understood holding back as anything other than strategy. Action. Life is made to be seized, to be developed. No. That's wrong. Alright, okay, Franklin, what are you trying to tell me here? I've never understood prudence. I've never understood holding back as anything other than a strategy of action. The end. The positive end is what counts. So long as you temper it properly. And if the end be worthy, and your methods be passable, then a little impudence can go a long way. It's how we got today. A journey does not end as long as you keep walking. Winston regards the sunset, the mountain is still lit up. I'm tired. I've been tired. Don't know how long. Been since... I don't know. Then, as a strategy, rest. The moment I do that, the journey's over. The only way to remain in politics is to be in it. Nixon came back. Not a good example. Not a good example. Not a good example, no. But still he came back. Came back. Had he tempered his wants, he might have left office untarnished. He couldn't do that and still be Nixon. True. He would have had to change. He would have had to change. Would have had to give up something for something else. You want to rest? Do you want to rest? I am exhausted. Only admits I am exhausted. Every day. Jess runs rings about me, and all I can do is snipe at her. So much wisdom to offer her. There's no way to reach. Them. Her, like her. Not her. How about a book? How about a book? I don't feel like reading. I don't feel like reading. I meant, what about writing? Hey. Links. I should really have win for Winston. Wani to insult. He's away. Jess. Alright, that's a little personal thing between them. What about writing? You said you have wisdom. Don't you try to reach them this way, that way. It won't connect. They don't sit and read. They dice things up, splash together an image, and call it discourse. Ah, yes, the memes. Nasty little things. I mean, we've always had them. Slogans, mottos, emblems, statues, paintings. Laws. Realizes something. And though the sun is down, the tip of the mountain is still lit. We've always had memes. We just called them something else. The title's a bit long. You fix things on the second pass. You fix things on the second pass. I am tired. I do want to rest. But it's that part of me the legs of politics. Yeah. My legs are tired. But my hands are fresh. And God's peak, seeing an overlay of a book. His mind clearly racing, with thoughts distant from murky politics, swift politics, and rhetorical knife fights. Like a little smile. He watches all that. Winston work. And silently opens his own book. Okay. There we go. So that's Winston's revelation, where he doesn't exactly want to break his staff and drown his books. No, he wants to write a book. He wants to impart his knowledge and do so in a way that will catch the next generation, that they will understand what he has to offer. Because he has something substantial to offer. He has his experience, his many, many years of experience. And the important thing is people don't change. we're much the same as we were, thousands of years ago. We have more stuff, I would say. We have different methods, and we have a lot of refined methods that are beautiful, and that's accumulated knowledge, and we sit at the heights of it. But we still have to learn all that, and in learning that, we develop and grow. And he was giving them the benefit of his years. Ah, yes, the memes. That's how it's. All right, now let's lay out what we're going to get with Darcy and our Caesar analog. Caesar analog, James. Of course. So we're going to have. I have no idea where this is going to take place. I think we're going to go. James's room. A tribute to Mars. Red and black and very masculine trappings, but a lush masculine that is unfeigned. Because, well, he doesn't have to pretend to something in order to become something. He is that thing. You get a lot of things where I'd only do guy stuff. Well, guys do a lot of things. And when we try to shape ourselves to someone else's expectations, in that regard, often it is a bad thing. Because we change ourselves, and we can often remove the best of ourselves from the equation. And that's a bad thing. So, she goes for a drink, and the temptation is what she was denying herself. She wants his advice too, but doesn't quite know how to ask. She loved her husband, still does, but he's the past. The present is what she longs to embrace. Yes, she stopped grieving for him. Not forgot, but no longer mourned. Would he want her to move on? If he loved you, yes. If he didn't, then no. Did he love you? I yearn for knowing that one last time. All right, so do people who mourn Do they stop? Do they ever really stop? Not really. Always will. Grief is a part of grieving. Only part. The other parts are what make it possible. This was not Romeo and Juliet or some other historic examples. You want to live? You want your husband back? You want many things. Be prudent. Have them. His advice. Have them. But be prudent. I forget which discrete I'm using. Discretion. But use discretion. For others will not understand. They will judge, and you will be annoyed. Their opinion doesn't matter to your life. Do not change for their sake, only for your own. Tell them to piss off. And don't hold back. And that's essentially what you do in the politics of this, where I'm my own woman. Go screw. Go away. You're making your political hay. There is no political hay. All right, that's good enough. I'll pick it up hopefully tomorrow. But now I have to get back to work on other things and stuff. This has been Alan Wrights. Hope you've enjoyed this little creative journey. I know by jumping to the good stuff, I can probably fit this back all together around the centralized scenes. In many ways, I should have done that from the beginning, but I didn't have enough of the story to start off with to know what I needed for those scenes. And that's the way writing works, is your research and your writing will inform your other writing and your other research. You'll only know what you need to know when you need to know it. You can get ahead of yourself, sure. You can incorporate that, sure. But you don't know if it's going to be necessarily part of the story, a needed part of the story, until it's part of the story. All right, but I hope you enjoyed this. Stay safe and take care out there, all right? Thanks.